Hello, everybody. Welcome to today's live stream. Today we're going to be breaking down the dream. So one of the subscribers have sent in their dream, and I decided to um, bring it up for tonight's discussion and tonight's dream interpretation topic. Um, I don't know if anybody else has a dream that they need interpreted or to help with breaking down, but she sent it in, so I decided to use hers. I didn't receive anybody else's. Sorry, you guys. I didn't receive anybody else's dream for interpretation, so I'm just gonna use hers, and I'm just gonna jump right into it. Sorry, guys. My hair be looking funny on camera sometimes, but okay. So I'm not gonna reveal who it is. I'm just gonna read the dream, and then I'm gonna start breaking it down. Um, I dreamt of seeing a tall, big tree in a forest. There was a sword dangling from it. It looked really scary. I remember standing next to someone. Ooh, uh, technical difficulties. Sorry. Hey. Hey, Nini. Welcome to the live stream. Okay, let's get back to it. I dreamt of seeing a tall, big tree in a forest. There was a sword dangling down from it. It looked really scary. I remember standing next to someone who thought about climbing it. The scene changed. I was in a house with these two guys, my mom and my dad. One of the guys crossed a boundary, which made my dad upset. The guy said he was going to climb the tree, but they warned him not to. Next, we ended up in a car. The guy was driving it. I seemed to have a crush on him. I remember wanting to rub his shoulders in the back seat of the car. The scene changed again. I was sitting in the hallway of what looked like a school. I saw the guy Matthew from the Faith series called The Chosen. He sat next to me, saying he couldn't find a seat in the cafeteria anywhere. He was telling me how he walked really far to Rome once. I remember eating chips. I was told in another scene to stay in God's love and discipline. Okay, you guys, so I'm going to break this down for you guys. So the dreamer, she was in a forest, and she noticed that there was a big tall tree. So trees can represent numerous things. They could represent a leader. So in the Bible, I believe that was the book of Genesis, Nebuchadnezzar had a dream about a tree as well, and it actually represented him, and Nebuchadnezzar was a leader. So sometimes in dreams, a tree can represent a leader, and you remember the tree was being cut down, but that's one thing that it can represent. I believe that the dreamer mentioned that it doesn't say it in the details, but when she was explaining something to me, I believe that hi, I'll come back to you, okay? I remember that she was saying something about the tree being dark. So a dark tree can represent sin too, and then I also have a note that it can also represent the tree that was in the Garden of Eden. Okay, so yeah, she noticed a big tree in the forest, and there was a sword dangling from it. So that can mean multiple things, but swords are used in like in like war back in the day, and you use it to defend yourself and things like that. So it could be a little danger basically connected to the tree, and there is some danger that's connected to the tree because he also mentioned that people were warning the guy not to be around the tree, not to climb of it. So I'm gonna get to that part. um, and it looked really scary as well. So I'm gonna get to the next thing. The scene changed. I was in a house with two guys, my mom and dad. One of the guys crossed the boundaries. So crossing boundaries is pretty straightforward. You could be crossing a boundary. A boundary we have boundaries, and we have it, so you don't want our boundaries to be crossed. And it could be anything, it could be yeah, we don't want a boundary to be crossed. So yeah, the guy ended up crossing the boundary, so that's not too good. That means that he's doing something that he shouldn't be, and that he's kind of playing with fire in a way. And she mentioned, the dreamer mentioned that it made her dad upset. So I mentioned in my notes that her father would more than likely represent God, our heavenly Father, because God, even though God knows that we're not perfect and that we'll make mistakes and we'll fall short, but God doesn't want to see us, he doesn't love to see us that way. He loves to pick us up, but he wants us to grow and he wants us to do better. Um, and despite all of this, the guy already had crossed the boundary, which isn't good. And then the guy was also trying to climb the tree, and the tree was not safe. It was like it had danger connected to it, and he was still going to do it, even though everybody or other people warned him not to. And that would show that the guy is in rebellion. He has some type of rebellious spirit connected to him. At least at this point in his life, he's in rebellion. He's not trying to listen. That represent rebellion. Um, Next, we end up in a car. The guy was driving it. So cars, it can represent, it can either represent ministry or it could represent the direction that you're going in. So if somebody's like driving a car and you're like not the driver, it means that you're being driven by them. Like so like they're kind of like leading you, like you're following their lead kind of. So he was driving it and you're riding in the seat with him, so you kind of like let him take the lead some type of way. I don't know how. And you seem to, or the dreamer seemed to have had a crush on him. And nothing wrong with having a crush on anybody, but that could also represent that you're since this is the same guy that did all the other stuff, you're having a crush on him. You might be attracted to some things that's not good for you, that's not well for you. You still may be attracted to that. And this attraction can represent like an actual guy that you like, you're still attracted um to guys that's not right for you. You might be attracted to guys for the wrong things, or you might be attracted to like a bad boy, or you could just be attracted to something else that would represent rebellion of some type of sort. And remember that you want to rub his shoulders, so that could kind of mean a little bit of temptation. Like you're tempting to do something that's not the best, to do. That could lead to other things, and you want to do the right thing. Nobody's perfect, but you know yeah, you shouldn't really try to go that route. So yeah, you remember rubbing his shoulders. So yeah, that represents some form of temptation. And then the scene changed. And then so you went from that. So you guys went from being in this forest with this tree, and the guy is being rebellious in different ways by first crossing a boundary, and then also not listening. So he's in rebellion, and then you also remember being attracted to the guy, having a crush on him, and you being tempted in some sort of way by him. You wanted to massage his what do you say, rub his shoulders. So yeah, that would be like, you'd be attracted to something that's not that great for you, and you being tempted. And then from there, you end up in a hallway of what looked like a school. So if it looked like a school, it more than likely is a school. And we know that schools represent learning. So from this, you went from that, and now you're learning from different things, right? And while you're in this school, well, you're in the hallway, um, but you're inside the school. So um, while you're in the school, you notice the guy Matthew from the Faith series called Chosen. I haven't ever watched Chosen, but I did kind of like Google it a little bit and read like a synopsis of it. Hopefully that's how you pronounce it. So yeah, it's kind of basically like what I had thought, like being about something out of the Bible, and I already made notes of what I thought it was before I looked up the synopsis. But yeah, so Matthew, Matthew is in the Bible. We have the book of Matthew, and that is one of the Gospels in the New Testament, where it talks about Jesus. And also, when I read the synopsis, the fishermen were a part of the series as well. So that's part of when what were their names? Peter and his brother Simon. They were fishermen, and they were introduced to Jesus. Jesus came and basically ended up helping them to become. They were able to catch fish finally, and then God. That's when Jesus was able to make them fishermen of basically, like, catching souls, like being a fisherman of souls. So I believe that this part represent something based off of the book of Matthew. I don't know if you want to read that. And Jesus. And you said the series is called Chosen. So Jesus Christ was God's chosen. He was God's only begotten son, right? And then we are chosen as well. Excuse me. Oh yeah, we're chosen as well, right? So I believe that's why you saw that, like, you're one of God's chosen, and God wants you to keep forming a relationship with him to get closer and closer to him. It says that Matthew, sat next to me, saying he couldn't find a seat in the cafeteria anymore. So I believe that since he couldn't find a seat, that would more than likely represent that, um, God wants to find a spot in your life. He wants, even though you already have a relationship with him, he wants to get even closer to you. He wants you to draw nearer to him. He sat next to you, and he started to tell you, to chat with you about things. So I believe that means that God wants to draw nearer to you, and he wants you to draw nearer to him. He couldn't find a seat anywhere else, but he was able to find one next to you, or to be able to come next to you. And he started to talk to you, right? And he mentioned something about, sometimes in dreams, different things come up or whatever. It doesn't, sometimes it doesn't always have, every single part in the dream doesn't necessarily needs to be broken down, but he was talking to you, and you said that he was telling you how he walked really far to Rome once. So I feel like that was like kind of like a filler into the dream, like everything else has a meaning, but like that was just like a scenario inside the dream. Hopefully you guys understand what I'm saying. You were eating chips. I don't feel like eating the chips in the dream was bad. I just feel like that was a filler moment as well, like to fill up the dream. You might really enjoy eating chips in real life, and you're eating at the cafeteria, but I understand that sometimes in dreams when you eat like chips, that can represent junk food, but I don't necessarily think that it represented junk food in this dream necessarily. It's just like a filler, like that's something that you would normally eat, or you like to eat snacks or something like that. And then you said you were told in another scene to stay in God's love and discipline. So yeah, God wants you to keep striving to do better, and to stay focused on him, and continue to grow in your relationship with him, and not go into any type of rebellion or anything like that. So I hope that this helped you, to the dreamer, and it helped everybody else too to understand how to break down the dream. And we're doing these weekly lives, and I also plan to do a course for you guys as well, for those that really want to get to fully understand dream interpretation. And now I'm going to look at some of the comments, because I saw some coming in, but I wasn't able to respond to them. Okay, hi Angela. Jocelyn Ben, hi. It says, what does it mean to dream wearing snow boots, and I was walking through unclean water, but I was not getting dirty, neither were the boots. Okay, so if you're wearing snow boots, was it snowing outside or was it snow outside? So you wear snow boots like when it's like snow outside, like it's to protect your feet from the harsh weather. You're prepared for something. But I need to know, was it snow outside when you were wearing the snow boots? And before I go any further, hi Natural Sue. Thank you guys for coming on to the live. So Yoselin was oh, okay, I'm gonna get back to you. But Yoselin, was it snowing outside? Or was it snow on the ground when you were wearing the boots? Okay, Natural Sue says, sometimes I dream, but as soon as I open my eyes, the dream vanishes, especially when I'm fasting. Wow, so that's weird that when you're fasting that it happens even more. Um, Not sure why that is, but you definitely want to pray against that because you want to be able to remember your dreams. Um, so yeah, I would say pray about that, especially while you're fasting. Pray, ask God to help you to remember your dreams while you wake up, and you need to rebuke the enemy too, so that he won't be able to come in and make that happen. I remember this never happened to me, but something else happened to me. I remember like when I used to read the Bible, when I really first starting to want to like really read the Bible. Um, I sorry, I would always get really tired, and I just thought that it just meant that I just thought the Bible was boring. But now know that that's partly because the enemy. That's a part of the enemy's attack. He didn't want me to understand the word or to get deeper into the word. And once I started to understand that and pray about that situation, I stopped getting you know, sleepy while I would read the Bible. So now, when I do read the Bible, it's easier for me to do that without getting sleepy. Plus, I found different ways to read the Bible. You don't just have to read the Bible like, when I say this, I mean like, it doesn't have to be literally just the Bible. You can also listen to it, like, listen to the audio of it. And, you can even watch stories on it, but I definitely recommend that you guys read the actual Bible too, because you want to get it straight up rather than watching movies about the Bible. But yeah, listening to it is really good too. And yeah, so definitely about your situation, Natural Sue, you definitely want to pray against that so that you can be able to remember your dreams. And one thing you probably would want to do is to keep either your phone or a notebook or notepad right next to you. So as soon as you wake up, you could just jot it right down. But definitely pray about it so you can remember it more. You could remember. You'll see improvements in you remembering your dreams when you wake up, and you need to write it down as soon as you wake up from your dream. You said that it wasn't no snow, it was on the island, so you had snow boots on and you were on the island, so it wasn't any snow there, and then you were walking through unclean water, but you weren't getting dirty, um neither the boots. So unclean water, that wouldn't be good. That would represent sin. And if the water was stagnant, that would represent stagnation, like you being stagnant in some area of your life. But since you had the snow boots and the on the island, that wouldn't necessarily be good either, because you want to dress for the season, for the weather. So it seems like you're still wearing something from a previous season. So these are seasons, right? Wintertime is a season. Fall is a season. Summer is a season. Spring is a season. And different 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 atmospheres have different climates. So if you're like living up north and like during this time, it's winter, and if you're living up north, you're going to experience very cold weather, and you're going to experience um, snow. So I live up north. I live in New Jersey, and it's very cold outside right now, and we have snow out here, and we just had a snowstorm a couple of days ago. So where I am, I need to have boots, snow boots, to keep my feet covered, protected, and warm, and for me to stay warm and stuff like that. Because of where I live at, the atmosphere, um, and also because of the season that we're in. But somebody else might be in another season, I mean, be in the same season, but might be in a different atmosphere. Like they might live, I'm just going to use Florida, for example. I'm not sure how the weather is this year in Florida, but normally Florida has more of a warmer temperature. They have different things going on too, but it won't be as cold in Florida during this time that it is um, over where I am up north in New Jersey. So yeah, you have different atmospheres and you have different seasons. So it seems like you are still carrying stuff from the previous season in your life while you're at this other season. You know, it's an island. So when you're on an island, you want to have like sandals on. You want your feet to breathe and all of that. So you need to. It looks like you need to better prepare for the season that you're in. And also the water was dirty, so that's not good. So yeah, you want to get rid of some things that's from the previous season. Maybe there was a storm in your life, because snow boots, you could have a snowstorm, right? So it could be a certain storm that was in your life. I'm not sure what it may have been, and then you're going to something that's when I think of the islands, I think of something beautiful, tropical breeze. There's a nice breeze. It's a beautiful atmosphere. You need to get ready for that. You need to prepare for that season. So yeah, prepare yourself for the next season or the season that you're in. You're still like, um, you still have some stuff from the previous season. Um, I dreamt zombies kept trying to attack me, but I shot them down with a gun that shot out needles. I turned around asking someone for their gun until this light skinned guy came. I tried shooting at him, but it didn't hit him. He didn't look like a zombie at all. He had a tan trench coat on with a white shirt underneath. He was actually handsome. It's like he would, it's like we were looking at each other in a daze. He shot. The guy that handed me the gun, I remember being shocked as he walked away. Afterwards, in his dream, my phone rang. After this, I woke up. Okay. Shrimp. Okay, so you were asking someone for their gun once you saw the zombies, right? And then the guy showed up. So I'm trying to see who was the person that gave you the gun. And then the guy that handed me the gun, I remember being shot as he walked away. So it seems like there's, sorry you guys, I'm looking at my door. It seems like and this is kind of Nene, this is kind of some of the stuff that we talked about is just different scenarios. Again, this one might be a slightly different, but it still kind of has a little bit of the same meaning. So you had zombies. You saw zombies, which aren't good. So zombies, you know, they're not good. They're like of the dead. So they'll kind of represent like maybe demons. I would see zombies and demons in the same token. And they were trying to attack you, and you were able to shoot them down with a gun. So that's pretty good or whatever. So that means that you are continually building up your spiritual strength. You're able to fight back. And but you noticed that you needed something else. You needed something stronger, maybe, or you're running out of the needles that were in the gun. So you were trying to get somebody to give you another gun. And then the light skinned guy came, and you was trying to shoot at him, but it didn't shoot him. And then you described what he had on, and you know he was handsome, he was attractive to you, and I'm not sure if he shot you. So it seems like, okay, while you're in the process of this, you're growing spiritually, and you're building up enough strength now to be able to fight back. But then this guy that you find attractive, and it might not just be one guy, it might just be um, the guy might be just a representation of what you naturally find attractive. You described him, you naturally find these type of guys attractive or this type of guy attractive, and it's like a distraction for you. So while you're in this process or whatever, there's distractions coming up in your life or whatever, because you were about to shoot him, but then you stopped, and then you noticed how he looked and what he had on, and you guys were or basically dazing into each other's ambiance, and yeah, then he shot. So I'm not sure if he shot you or was shooting at you, or if he just shot. Period. But yeah, so it was a distraction, or it is a distraction, and you were shocked, and then you remember the guy that handed you the gun. So the guy that handed you the gun wasn't the guy that you thought was attractive or handsome. It was another guy, and you were shocked. So I believe that means that, okay, you didn't see the guy who gave you the gun, but he had black on. But you need a gun. So basically, the guy was able. Nothing is showing me that the guy was bad that gave you the gun. Sometimes you might feel like if somebody have black on, then that means that it's bad. But the guy only had black on. I didn't see anything. You're not telling me anything else. So I would assume that this isn't bad that the guy gave you the gun, because you needed a gun or whatever to keep on fighting off the zombies. And the guy was able to give you the gun. So that means that this guy is able to help you with something in your life. To be, he's kind of like aligned to you because you need a gun, so he's able to identify what you need. And the other guy was just a distraction for you, from what I'm seeing from the dream. And plus, we know certain things too. I know some things from what you told me, and you were surprised by the guy. So you're surprised that this guy, the guy that gave you the gun, will be the one to give you the gun. So I believe that this is meaning that you're still kind of like, in your mind, focused on having your type or whatever. And it's a distraction for you in a way. And you may be surprised about the person that is actually the ones who be able to help you on your journey, or to be there for you, or to be the one. And maybe a surprise to you, and you might feel like it really shouldn't be that person. So yeah, that's what it would mean. And you didn't see his face too. So normally, if you don't see somebody's face, that would mean that it would be somebody that's coming up soon, or like in the future. They might not be in your life right now, but the person will be revealed later. And lots of people who have had dreams where they didn't see a person's face, it could represent somebody that's supposed to be in their life one day. So I heard different stories of women of faith, and they had dreams of men, and they saw they didn't see their face or whatever. They were able to see certain characteristics. That has happened to many women. When God revealed to them who their husband was, or was revealing to them who their husband was, but they never met them yet. And then other times you might see somebody with their face not being shown to. I have had a dream where I didn't see a person's face too, and I saw their characteristics though, so I was able to see like certain things about them, but I didn't see their face. And when I first saw it, I thought it was bad. I was like, oh no, this ain't what I thought I was going to see, or whatever, because I was seeing other things previously, and I thought I should continue to see those things. But come to find out, it was something from God or whatever. God was presenting me something new, and it was from God. But since it was different from what I thought or what I was expecting, I thought it wasn't from God. Okay, I think I could take one more dream, and then I have to go because I have a client right after this. And sorry, you guys, if you hear anything in the background or anything like that. Okay, I don't see anybody with any new comments or anything like that. So I'm gonna end it here because I need to get ready for my next client for the day. And I'll try my best maybe to come up here again before the week is out. And I'll see you guys in the next live, in the next video. I have a pre-recorded video for you guys. Okay, one more question. Would the phone ringing at the end mean a new connection? I didn't see you say anything about phone ringing. Um, Let me see. Oh, you did write something else. I didn't see this one. The guy that handed me the gun, I remember being shocked as he walked away. Afterwards, in the dream, my phone rang. Oh, in the dream, your phone had rang. Um, okay, I don't know who called you when they're wrong, but you know that phones represent communication. So I don't know exactly. I'm not 100% sure exactly what it would mean that the phone rung after that happened, but phones represent communication. So some type of communication is going to happen. So that can mean that you're about to come into contact with him or communicate with him. It could mean that. I'm not 100% sure, but phones will represent communication. Okay, you guys, I'll see you in the next video. Like I said, I have a pre-recorded video that I'm going to post this week. And then I might go live again this week since this live was pretty short. But I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.